Sander, what's up, man?
Hey, dude.
1 second, I'm just getting loaded. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you again. So what I'm going to do, I'm just getting things saved over. You know, there's always a little pause like this in the beginning before we basically do the start, and then I'll introduce you. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'll basically what I do last time, which was pretty good, when I have my match, I'll basically cut my mic because,
Yep.
you know, I can't do commentary after the match. And then after the match, what we do in UCW, the commentator basically, like at least what Ed does, he then comes back, basically. Sort of. But basically, after my match, I'll basically come back and just be like a little bit tired or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. Alright,
Okay.
Stevie, go out there so I can do my little show here.
Yeah,
And my
yeah,
daughter was just in here. And those who are just kind of joining in, when you do, there's a pause here before we get started. We're out of character right now, getting loaded and basically shared onto the pages where needed, and then we will get going.
Yeah, I got the episode on my phone so I can watch with it, you know.
So remember, as you're on there, that there is a slight delay. So I may be seeing the action happen before you do, so my reactions may not fit quite to what you're seeing.
Yeah,
Know what I mean?
that's like the problem I have with this, like.
Yep. I was just making sure you know ahead of time. I wasn't sure how many times you've been on live during any of these, so.
I haven't been much on commentary. I'm just doing it for HWA from time to time, just have fun.
It's good little practice. So.
True. Plus, there's something different as well. It's nice to switch it up.
Alright.
Okay, let me close Doom Eternal in case I have an even worse delay. You never know.
1 second. Alright, I got it to HWA page and to the 3 group page. So. Alright.
Oh, I'm literally the only one watching right now. For now.
Alright, brother. Getting started now.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen of 3-Dub and the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance, this is Stephen Benoit Jericho, and as you can see on the screen, we are in episode number 25 from San Diego, California. On the mic with me today, before we get started in the action, we have Sander Cool, our Extreme Champion, sitting here beside me. How are you doing, Sander?
I've been doing good. It's good to be back on commentary. It's good to be back with you, watching the show. So let's go do this.
Yeah, it's been a while. So you do have a match tonight against Marcus Hammer. Before I get into that, as you can see on the screen, we do have 2 more matches today, including this first one, Dean Moxley versus Jacob Cole, part of that tournament that we have going on. Have you had a chance to check out any of those guys yet?
Yeah, well, I've checked Jacob Cole out, and I mean, he's a good competitor, but I wouldn't doubt Moxley out either. They are both really good competitors. So, I'm curious to see how this one will go.
And as you know, Moxley, he could be potentially gunning for your title in the future. He's got that extreme and hardcore sort of prestige on his resume.
That's true. So I'm curious. Maybe he'll get a title shot, but I'll see if he can. How he will do tonight.
All right, let's let him make his entrance here. Good, really first look at Mox as he makes his way to the ring.
Ah, great. The leader of Havoc is here too. Great.
Ah, we got Eric Willie on here. Is that what I'm hearing?
One of those two.
I know Eric is the manager for Havoc, and of course Michael Blaze, who he's taken a little bit of a break as of late, but was right back in the action on last East episode, and more controversy there, as we come to expect out of the Havoc boys. I've come to learn that Noah Youngblood, he sort of ditched his teammate, and there are talks that he may be aligned with Havoc as well. So what an acquisition that would be for Havoc, having the champion and the #1 contender for that East Coast title both aligned in the same faction.
That could be proving to be a powerful faction, but remember, you don't know what Noah Youngblood has going on in his mind. He could very well be playing just mind games. Trying to gain the trust.
That's a very good observation as well. We've seen him sort of flipping a switch as of late, so I really don't know what to expect other than to expect the unexpected from Mr. Youngblood. And now, as we talked about a little bit earlier, here is Jacob Cole. Jacob Cole putting his hat in this ring for this tournament after serving with HWA pretty much exclusively in the tag division with the Syndicate up until this point.
Didn't my boys, the Resistance, beat them pretty easily?
I don't remember if it was easily, but I do remember Martrix and Durgos definitely handed them at least one loss so far here.
True. But let's see how he will do on his own. Let's see how he does in the singles division.
A lot of people don't know about this, about Jacob Cole, because he's kind of from a different territory, but he actually has a pretty successful singles career in other territories, mainly in the IWA, the Intense Wrestling Alliance. So he's no stranger to that singles division, and here we get a good look at it. He starts right out of the gate with a super kick and then a clutch German.
Ooh, starting off seriously, it seems. He's trying to go for it immediately.
He's not really showing this new guy, this younger guy, very much respect, as you can see him just yanking the wrist and the arms out and dropping that double knee onto the lower back. Definitely very cocky here.
Sometimes you got to bring a little bit of aggression to your opponent to keep them down.
Indeed, indeed. And he quickly, with ease, sideswipes Mox here. Mox trying to mount some offense, a nasty snap suplex. Trying to turn things around, get things back into his speed, which is, I don't know if it's fast, but it's brutal.
I mean, it's brutal, yes, and it can sometimes be very effective, but you gotta watch out that it doesn't bite you in the dust. Because look, here comes Moxley already, and that's...
Yeah, Mox with a big clothesline there.
Oh, see, that's what you gotta watch out for.
And now here comes that speed, that hit, run offense more from Jacob Cole. Series of drop kicks in that corner, and he's right back on him. Looks like he's going right back to that arm. Is that the same arm? He's got it yet again.
I think it's just the same arm.
More joint manipulation. He must have Moxley scouted pretty good, knowing that maybe that's his strong point. Trying to wear those arms, weaken the elbows and the joints down.
I mean, it is a good strategy because if you weaken the arms, then he can't deliver that clothesline.
Mox dodges that one and a quick little ankle trip right there. Moxie tosses Cole up over the ropes. Cole grabs onto that top rope, saves himself, but Mox suplexes him right back in the ring. Big suplex from the apron up over that top rope into a quick 1 count. Definitely not going to keep Jacob Cole down.
See, that's what you need to do. See, those two are really bringing an aggressive side to each other. So they're really trying to counter each other's styles.
I'm looking to see, the scouting report says that Moxley has a very unorthodox offense, and look at that! He had Cole's arms tied up on that top rope, delivers a series of blows to the face, and then a running front kick to the chest, and here's that sort of unorthodox offense that I heard about. And now Jacob Cole going to the up. He's trying to escape, but Mox is right out there after him, just tossing him right back in the ring.
I think he has second thoughts about this.
Cole taking a little breather, but not for long. Cole must have, it's like he lured him in with that. Got him a little cocky and then set Mox up for a spine buster.
Using the mind games against him. Good strategy.
Brain buster for Cole, leading to just a 1 count there. And what's he setting him up for now? Stalking his prey. Jacob Cole's got him up on his shoulders and delivers a cutter.
Oh, that's cutter.
Jacob Cole might have the win here. There's a 2 count and Mox kicks out of it. Cole can't believe he kicked out of that. Brain buster and then into that stunner. And Mox still kicks out of it.
I guess Mox is tougher than we all thought. I mean, he pretty much... Oh, nice kick. Good kick, good kick.
Mox all fired up now. Let's see what he's got. There's a clothesline. Comes back. And he's going to deliver a double leg drop and then a front drop kick into the chest and face of Jacob Cole. Good little flurry right there from Mox.
All right. Oh, what's he going to do now? What's he going to do now? Oh, the stomps. The classic stomps. Oh, made famous by one Randy Orton.
Ends it with a stomp to the face and then a 2 count. Moxley thought he had that one there. I don't know why he's so discouraged, because I pretty much could have told you that wasn't going to keep Cole down. But what's this? He's got Cole set up, and then here's that huge DDT. Opens him up. I can see the blood pouring from the face of Jacob Cole, and Moxley into a pin. 2 and 3, just like that. Dean Moxley will advance in this tournament.
Congrats to Moxley. He really pulled that one up.
Not a whole lot of offense in comparison for Moxley, but the offense he did pull off, very effective. As you can see, he puts Jacob Cole away, and Dean Moxley will advance into the second round of this tournament, folks. Big win for this young man.
Big win for him, but I think they got to take a good look at that move on the sport of Cole.
You see the medics are in there right now, kind of as we're watching the replay.
That's good.
Taking a look at Cole's forehead, making sure that it's not too bad.
Oh, breaking news I hear from Havoc, I seems.
What are you reading? I don't have the same notes over here. They handed you the notes instead of me.
A little bit of bragging from Havoc.
Go figure, go figure.
Havoc. But congrats to him actually moving on in this tournament, and I'm curious to see, will he take the win in this tournament?
Good showing up there, celebrating, and all the right in the world to be doing so. Huge win there, and he's loving it. And here's a look at that briefcase at the end of this tournament. That briefcase will be in that ladder match all the way up as it's set on the briefcase. And here are 2 more competitors looking to move on to round 2. Now again, inside that briefcase at the all the way up match at our pay-per-view, there is a signed contract not only for a full-time spot with 3Dub, but actually an immediate shot at the Slam pay-per-view for Chris Harris's World Championship. Huge opportunity.
But I'm curious, between these two, John Riggs versus Echelon, I'm curious.
Now, see, I don't know either one of these 2 men very well, to be honest.
I don't know one of these 2 either. They really came in and just entered this tournament, so yeah, this will be a first for me seeing them too. But also, at the All the Way Up pay-per-view, I will be defending my Extreme title against Omega from the Generation.
Now, I know you dealt with him on a match that you actually won through disqualification, although, to be honest there, Sander, it looked like Omega kind of manhandled you at points in that match.
Well, I give him credit for what he did. But he's nothing without his buddies, because you gotta admit, just like with Asriel, King interfered a lot. So, yeah, I mean, he is dominant, yes, but he's not smarter than me. But enough about me. Here we have the John Riggs. If I am not wrong. Yes.
John Riggins, yeah, I like his t-shirt there. Good choice in music.
Nice
Avenged
t-shirt.
Sevenfold
Yeah, really nice
fan
t-shirt.
there.
Really nice t-shirt.
He's got kind of a grunge, hardcore vibe going for him too, and very little on the scouting report, but could be another person for you to take and keep an eye on, depending on which brand he ends up on, East or West. But he's sort of another hardcore specialist by the looks of things. He actually started off in the underground backyard wrestling type of scenario. I'm watching some video. It looks like one of them, he was jumping off probably his parents' house and putting another opponent through a table on like a makeshift ring. So kind of a hardcore guy. I don't know if you could see the scars on him there on his arms and stuff, but that's a guy you got to watch out for. I don't know if it's going to transfer over into a successful wrestling career, and Acheron delivers a neck breaker. That was a very pretty move right there. Acheron,
good start.
another neck breaker on the Riggins. I think we figured out what his favorite move may be here. Deadlift up, and I thought he was going for a deadlift German, but he flapjacked him right back on his face. That seemed to more piss off Riggins than anything, as he popped right back up. And now he's attacking Acheron. These two going, back and forth, blow for blow, basically.
Oh, these two really are going at it again. But I think Riggins is not going to go down easily. Oh, we got a submission move.
Well, he fought out of that pretty quickly. I'm not sure if he had that one in there very hard, or if Riggins is just pretty skilled on the ground. There's nothing in the scouting report about that for me, so you're gonna have to check on it. He just stomps to the back of the elbow of Acheron, and now he's going for the knee.
For the arm, the knee. Yeah.
These young competitors so far in these first two matches using some very veteran-style tactics, and now here we go, just ramming the face of Acheron over and over and over and over again. What was that? 10, 15 times in that turnbuckle right there.
Oh, that's going to be a headache tomorrow. For him.
You know what it feels like. That's some very thin padding there with that steel buckle that's in between there. I've never myself taken a bump into one of those, but I know you have several times.
Oh, you don't want to be there on there. It's really painful. And you're glad when you just have one headache and not multiple after the day after. But you'll learn as you go, and as the Extreme Champion.
Yeah, very, very possible risk here for concussion on top of other type of injuries that you are well aware of. I mean, I don't have to tell you, being the Extreme Champion, but
I mean, as the Extreme Champion, you learn how to deal with that. You just gotta keep on going.
Oh, Acheron whips Riggins into the rope, comes up with a sort of a leaping. Now Acheron pounding his head into the corner. A little tit for tat.
Oh, and here
seeing
he goes
how he likes it. And then a big boot by Acheron. Riggins now, he's got to be on Dream Street, dazed, and a nasty back elbow. Acheron taking control of this one. What's he got now? And he tosses Riggins right up over the top rope, and now things are starting to get extreme. These two outside here.
Oh, now we... Ooh, hey. Oh, nice little comment from the leader of Havoc, Ashley. The leader of Havoc says, did you just call him Acheron, SPJ? Did you just call him the wrong name?
Acheron. Maybe it's my my New England accent kind of comes through every now and then. And you see, I'm not seeing the comments that you may be seeing. They're not showing up on my screen for some reason here. So
with me, you know, as the Extreme Champion, I always have my Twitter feed with me.
Heading back in, and Riggins delivers a nasty elbow to the bridge of the nose. Acheron looks like his nose is bleeding a little bit there on the very the pretty center decal on our ring here is turning from gold to red there, and that what's this? Riggins up top, leaping in, he's caught by Acheron. Delivers a power slam. Now Acheron's setting him up for something big. Big, and oh no, I don't know if it's big or not, but Acheron just got a feel of it. And another slam.
Oh, he's gonna feel it in his pants. Oh yeah, he's gonna feel that.
I don't know if that's legal or not. I'm gonna have to check the rule book on that one, but Acheron had himself a I don't know how big it is, but we'll call it a handful. Caught himself a handful of Riggins there.
I mean, the referee lets the match continue, so I guess it's legal.
Looked like Acheron was just jaw-jacking. Instead of attacking, he was letting him kind of recover, and now he's got him again! He's got him again! That testicular claw from Acheron. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty, apparently. And John Riggins not appreciating it. He's got him up in the powerbomb into a pin. 1, 2, and no, he spins it around to the Boston Crab. And Acheron taps. Acheron taps out. What a turn of events in this one, Sander. I thought for sure that Acheron was going to have that one wrapped up.
What a good use of his momentum. He knew that he was going to kick out, I think, and then he quickly changed it into the submission. Good ring awareness from John Ricks. Definitely good ring awareness.
I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of that, especially after watching Acheron's tactics. A little underhanded type of tactics, to say the least. Good match, though, is now John Riggins will be moving forward into round 2 to take on Dean Moxley in that tournament. And that was the last of the round 1 matchups. Now we get into some more of the full-timers, as here comes the man with the iron fist, Caleb Shaw, taking on our former hardcore champion in the ring there, Mr. Blade effin' Wyatt.
I haven't heard from him in a long time.
He hasn't. He's been sort of siding with Brute Pain. He's really been quiet since he lost his hardcore title, really.
I mean, losing a title is something important. So, like, you lose a piece of yourself. So, yeah, maybe he's trying to join this wordless group to maybe find that piece of himself again. Because I'll be honest, he didn't do much with that hardcore title. Ooh. Blaze going with Shaw on this one.
I kind of agree with him because if Blade Wyatt is busy searching for himself, Caleb Shaw he's more than capable of taking those pieces and scattering them around this whole arena, making it a little bit harder for Wyatt to find himself.
Well, I can see. Riggs is already going for it.
Two big burly men here. These two have a lot of history over in IWA. No love lost between these two, and Caleb Shaw seems to have the upper hand early on. Oh, side swipes that kick. Blade and then Shaw returns the favor. Blade Wyatt going for it, looked like a spear, and Caleb Shaw just sidestepped that one here out of his, just watching with his one good eye. Saw that coming and sidestepped the spear. And now he's right back on the offense, and it's a disrespectful slap to the face from Blade Wyatt. Caleb Shaw not taking too kindly to that.
Oh, this is going to anger him. This is going to anger him. Oh, nice.
If I'm Blade Wyatt or anyone else, a huge weapon from Caleb Shaw are those fists. He's called the man with the iron fist, and it's for good reason. And he's got a long reach, so I don't know if I'd rather get inside and feel that power of his grapple game, because he is a very strong man and will throw you around, or if I chance distancing myself and just trying to maybe dodge or block some of those strikes. I don't really know what the better game plan is against a man like Caleb Shaw, to be honest.
I mean, he has maybe the good fist, but you gotta take in the strength and the length.
And the strength right there as he picks up Blade Wyatt with a twisting cutter right there. Sort of a twisting neckbreaker into a 2 count. Blade Wyatt is a big man. He's like 6'7", weighing around 300 pounds, and Caleb Shaw just threw him up on his shoulder like he was, a 150-pounder.
But again, you got to bring more to the table if you want to beat a big man like this.
And now, there's some strength by Blade Wyatt as a choke slam into basically a backbreaker right there. Both of these two men, probably two of the strongest men we have on our roster.
Two of them are really strong.
And this could be it, a nasty DDT right there, a pile driver, rather, and here's a pin. 2, and no, he kicked, it looked like Blade Wyatt actually looks like he let Shaw out of that pin.
Why did you let him out? You had the 3.
Maybe I was mistaken there, but it appeared that Blade Wyatt actually let Shaw out of that pin. Gonna have to see if someone can see from a different angle, but and now he's paying for it as he takes a stiff shot, clubbing blow to the back of the head here, and now Shaw throwing Wyatt back in the ring.
But those shoulders were down for 3. He would have ended that match if he didn't let him out. He made
huge mistake. Now is Caleb Shaw right back on the attack, and I really don't know who's going to win this match. Is now Blade Wyatt right back at it, and he is feeling it now. He's showing off a little bit, posturing up. Springs off the rope and body drop right there. A splash off the rope and Shaw kicks out.
Oh, I thought that was going to be 3.
Good match so far between these two, and what's Shaw? It's kind of a reverse pile driver onto Blade Wyatt. What a move right there, folks. Looks like he's going to go for it again. That rolling unprettier onto Blade Wyatt right in the center of the ring. Now is where Wyatt is going to regret his decision. And there's the 3 count as Caleb Shaw picks up a win.
What?
No easy task, to be honest, from start to finish. That could have been anyone's match right there. Caleb Shaw coming through.
But I mean, what a match! What a strong match! Raw strength from both men. They really showed why they are the strongest on this roster. But I'm sure that the big man can come back from this loss and get another win.
This is where I thought it was over right there. He had that nasty pile driver.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Let's see if they go through the whole thing here and see if it shows. There's one. There's two. And I can't tell again. It's hard to tell from this angle whether Shaw kicked out of it or if he let him out.
I think he kind of kicked out, like he had his shoulder up a little bit, so I guess he kind of kicked out, but I think he also let him go, kind of thinking that he could do it again. Again, just a big mistake, in my opinion, from him.
Caleb Shaw took a little bit of a break and came back with that long beard and the longer hair. Kind of a new look for him. I heard that he went and did some training up in Norway. Kind of probably a good reason for growing that beard and the hair out to stay warm over there.
That's true. Ooh! The former CEO, Iron Bison versus Scottish Warrior Ian.
Ian King asked for this one. Basically, if you remember watching the East episode, Bison surprised him coming out there. Looked like he was going to shake the hand of Ian King after King's win. And instead, Bison clobbers him, not really picking Ian King to be the target. I guess he was more collateral damage. Ian King taking offense to that. And the result is a one-on-one matchup. And watch this.
Wait,
who are these guys with him?
Did he hire him?
That's Parabellum. That's Parabellum. That's Devil Dog's former stablemates.
Wait, did he hire Devil Dog's former stablemates just to protect him?
I have no idea what's going on, why they're with him, but that's actually Devil Dog's brother, Jason, on one side, and then his best friend, Gonzo, with the shades on, basically on his right side.
I mean, he was so confident that he could handle it himself. Why hire a protection squad like the former members of Devil Dog?
I guess we'll find out. Who knows? You know what? He did say that he's here to take over and to basically break down HWA, and he laughed at you or laughed at those saying that, you know, he thought he was going to break us down, break us apart by himself, and he said he's got an army with him, and it looks like these are at least 2 members of it right here. And that's one hell of a start. These two multiple-time tag champions basically all over the EFED world. I didn't even know they were signed to HWA.
I mean, if you
disrespectful slap, and then Ian. We know Ian's a strong man. Comes up going for a clothesline.
Come on, Ian.
Blocked by Bison. Bison with a nasty snap suplex.
Oh, damn. I mean, he laughed at me, yes, but I mean,
Ian King showing his strength, delivers a nasty pile driver. We all know how skilled and how strong Ian King is, so this isn't going to be any easy task whatsoever for the Bison here. 2 big burly bulls squaring off in this one. Who do you think Who basically would you pick out of these two? A non-bias, just on paper. Say you knew either of them equally and didn't have like a friendship with either of them.
I mean, if I have to be unbiased and have no history with them, I would still say that the Bison would win this, because although I hate the guy, I mean, he was a good CEO, but I mean, he says that he's gonna destroy us, and he's not going to, because we all know how.
Ah, nasty! What was that? Had him, I thought, in a. Hold on 1 second. I've got a message coming through.
Also, from the Twitter feed, we got Matt H-Star checking in as well, paying close attention to this match.
That's what I was looking at also. This is word for word. I'll be paying very close attention to this match. I will not stand for Bison trying to destroy what I had to save from his financial ruin. That's a quote from Matt 8-Star. And this one is Ian King going for a pin.
Good one.
Ian King putting on an effort right here. We all know that Ian King has been going to war with James Black over in 3-Dub, as well as Gorilla Cruz and other members. And I'm actually surprised Ian King is basically in good condition for this one after James Black dismantled him pretty heftily over there in 3-Dub not too long ago.
I mean, James Black had that one, and you could see that. I mean, yeah. I mean, James Black is just a dangerous guy, and I just knew that somehow Ian. Oh, what a slam by Bison!
Bison's got him back up in a torture rack, and a backbreaker. Second, a backbreaker, and then a rib breaker onto Ian King. You can see King grabbing his midsection there. Could have done some serious damage the way that he landed. And now Bison seems to be having his way with the Scottish Warrior. Slam after slam, his head just bouncing off that corner turnbuckle. Now Bison going for a pin. I don't know if he did enough damage to pick up a win there now, and no, not. Ian King kicks back out of it. The Scottish Warrior, not an easy man to keep down by any means. Even for a man as strong as Bison here. Now he's adding some torque to that left arm, trying to take the strength away from Ian King.
I mean, Ian stands up what is right, because, I mean, in pure raw strength, Bison could maybe win this, but in terms of ideology, I stand with Ian, because, I mean... Now
Ian King is whipped off the rope. Ducked under it is Bison. Bison comes up with that lariat! The huge iron lariat onto Ian King. Ian King is in Dream Street. He is not moving at all. Caught the full force of that iron lariat. And yes, indeed, 1, 2, 3. The Iron Bison with a huge victory. Not sure what's going to happen. These two standing toe-to-toe in the ring, and Bison grabs him. Bison throws Ian up out of the ring. And now, Parabellum, what looks like they're kind of checking him out. And now Gonzo picks up King. Gonzo's kicking him in that leg. Gonzo's got Ian King now yelling something into his face while Bison comes out of the ring.
Hey, dude, why don't you?
They're on him now. A backbreaker again, and now putting the stretch. Putting that stretch on Ian King. This one is all over, folks. Bison just making a point here.
Oh, no. Oh, the slam. Oh, but they're not.
Break that up. He just deadlifts him up now and plants him. Someone break this up. Sander, go break this up.
Here it comes. Oh, and an inverted slam as well.
There's absolutely no need for this, Bison.
Your mic is off. but
Can you hear me again?
seems like SPJ has some worry. But here we go. Oh, damn. I'll be right back.
Sander rushes off to climb in the ring. He didn't have to have his entrance because he was already down here with us. And now Sander Cool in there, who just left the table side with me here, is taking on Marcus Hammer. A new guy. I know basically nothing about Hammer. I was told a second ago that I may have some issues with audio, so hopefully those of you at home can still hear me, as Sander Cool still on the attack, taking it to Marcus Hammer. Our Extreme Champion outside the ring here. In his corner is Galki, who recently came back after Galki was basically thrown out of Hybrid by the Iron Bison. I guess with Bison's absence, he was re-signed to HWA, so I'm not sure how Bison is going to react. And Sander Cool off the top rope. Now, over the months, Sander Cool has been adding that sort of aerial assault to his arsenal little by little. Comes up and pays huge dividends here as he's going back up top. Sander Cool eyeing him, calling for Hammer to stand up. Sander Cool off the top with a flying crossbody here on Hammer. Just about a 2 count as our Extreme Champion taking it to the extreme. Calling once again, this could be the finisher. Sander sprints with a nasty spear. Not the greatest one that I've seen, but still it's been effective for him. Marcus Hammer, kind of a classic look. Kind of reminds me of like Chris Masterson. If any of you listening remember who he was from the WWF era. Kind of that classic look, the black trunks, knee pads, and boots, and very no frills type of guy. Taking it to a clothesline. That one upended Sander Cool. What a clothesline. In just about a 2 count. He caught him out of nowhere with that nasty clothesline right there. What a shot.
This is not done.
Ian King, sounds like you're a little bit fired up after that one. I'm surprised. Oh, a nasty shot. He pulls a bat out of nowhere and delivers a shot to the head of the Extreme Champion, Sander Cool. Sander Cool is on Dream Street here now, and Sander, he's in trouble. Hammer has him up on his shoulder and a nasty brain buster. This could be it. He got a bat out from under the ring here. 2, and then a 3 count as Marcus Hammer upsets the champion, Sander Cool. And what's this? This is Braden Bass from the Generation, Will King's stable. And he slides a chair to Marcus Hammer, but now finally Galki sees what's going on and breaks that up. Marcus Hammer and Braden Bass in there about to do some damage to Sander Cool. Galki breaks it up. What a nasty turn of events there. And I believe we have Ian King, I'm hearing, on the mic with me, folks. Ian, it sounded like you had something to say.
This isn't done with Lee. You call that no-holds-barred, Lee? Huh? That was a pussy of a no-holds-barred match. I was expecting you to bring your damn better than that. You hit me like a bitch, and you brought 2 of your boyfriends with you, thinking they were going to back you up. Yeah, all 3 of you beat me down. But guess what, Lee? You can bring an army. So can I. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to make a phone call to an aces brother of mine. I want one final match. Lee versus me. Hell in a Cell.
Well, we'll see if we can make that happen for you. As now we've got some tag team action going on, and we've got our tag team champions, the Resistance, here from the crew.
And SBJ.
And Galky's still out there beside him.
And SBJ, if you're wondering who I'm going to make a phone call to, the phone call is going to be made to someone who is better than the best. I'm bringing my brother Jack Harvey with me.
Jack Harvey, huh? Is that true? Does Jack Harvey have interest in signing with HWA? I hadn't heard that rumor.
I'm going to call him and see if he's down.
I heard that 2 of you had a falling out. I didn't know you 2 were still friends.
We're brothers. Brothers fight at the end of the day.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But I
I've
mainly
got
came
8
in
brothers
here.
of myself.
Yep, I came in here to challenge Lee for Hell in a Cell, to see how brutal he can really be, because that's not what I expected. I expected
that's
a lot
definitely
more
a
out
match
of him.
we were looking forward to seeing. And now let's continue this tag team matchup as the Resistance taking on D&D here. Drake and Duke. Drake in the ring now with Durgos. Tossing him into the corner. They're trying to separate the 2 tag team partners, and now Durgos trying to drag Drake back over to his corner. This should be an exciting matchup. Both teams very great ring awareness, real flashy, a lot of high flying and fast maneuvers, great double team, and here's a good look at that as now Drake lifting up Durgos. Duke with a super kick as he's suspended in the air and then delivering a pile driver. Nasty move right there from D&D.
Just shows how good they are as a team.
Durgos needs to try to find a way into his corner to make a tag, as now Duke is taking right back off where Drake... Oh, and what's this? For some reason, he's refusing the tag. Drake
Bizarre.
is leaving. Duke is in there by himself. Those 2 have been tag team partners for probably 12 years. Not sure what is going on there. But now, while we were distracted by the non-tag, Martrix was tagged in. And here's the double team tandem offense from the Resistance. Martrix tags, Durgos back in there, and a nice double team move. These 2 are just go non-stop offense, and a nasty move right there, slamming the lone member of D&D down on his face. Lots of quick tags, as we always see from the Resistance. Martrix back in here now.
One of the top teams in this business, by far.
Definitely are. The HWA
right
Tag Team Champions here for... I'd have to check with Sander on this one as to how long they've been Tag Team Champions, but it's been quite a while now since they were basically the ones to handle Wolf Blair, their very first loss in HWA, and they've been on a tear ever since.
Yeah, Sander might be recovering from his match. We don't know how he's doing. But hey,
if you're heading back there, Ian, could you check on Sander? He took a nasty shot with that baseball bat.
Yeah, I'm going to head... Sander, you alright?
Nasty super kick there. Galki standing up. I don't know why Galki's getting involved in this. It's becoming almost a 3-on-1 handicap now as Galki gets up there and distracts Duke. Duke doing the best he can to fight back and overcome these odds. But with the quality of tag team that he's facing right here, I don't know if it's going to last very much longer. And what a move there off the ropes from Duke. Nasty move right there. Martrix still kicking out of it.
I'm not beaten too badly, so... But Sander, how are you feeling after your match?
There's generations, guys, are going to pay. I'm glad that Kalki saved me. Good job.
Sander sounds a little bit exhausted and a little slurred speech there. Hopefully you get checked out for a concussion here after that nasty shot. And now Martrix drags Duke over into their corner. Durgos up top as we see so often. What's this? And whoa, a Phoenix splash, I believe. Nasty move right there. He caught all of it. And now he's setting him up for something. Duke in a daze. Durgos with a flipping DDT right there. That was nasty, folks. Duke has got to be out. And he kicks out. Somehow he kicks out after that.
Well, boys, I'm going to go get in the shower. I'm going to go prepare for my rematch with Lee Jones. And Lee, this isn't over. I'll see you sooner than you think.
Thank you for stopping by, Mr. King. I'll see you over in the 3-dub locker room for interviews after the next show over there. And Duke somehow is still in this one, still fighting back against your brothers in arms. The Resistance, I don't know how they haven't put him away yet. And now they got him trapped in their corner. Durgo's putting the boots to him. Martrix reaches over, tags himself back in. And now Martrix putting the boots to...
Hey, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see.
This nasty double team tandem offense just non-stop from your buddies here, the Resistance.
This is how you got to do it. Come on.
It's just a matter of time now as Martrix goes for the pin, but no, Duke kicks out again.
Come on, keep on going.
The Resistance are just relentless, but Duke is still, I don't know if maybe the frustration and anger of his brother walking out on him is what's keeping him kicking here, but...
Come on, guys. Keep on going. Come on.
Another 2 count here, and Duke just continues fighting back, and now Martrix has him in that choke. We've seen him in that dragon choke here. Put so many people away, and there he is. Duke finally, the adrenaline wears off, and Martrix had him wrapped up in that dragon sleeper right there, chokes him out, and the Resistance, the tag team champions, victorious once again via dragon choke right there, puts him out. Take a look at some of these highlights, Sander.
Good job, Resistance. Good job. This is how you got to do it.
I don't know if Ian is still watching here, but Michael Blaze's manager, Eric Willie, talking a lot of smack. I'm not going to go word for word, but people, make sure you check out the Twitter feed that's going on here Eric Woolley having a lot to say regarding Ian King's words. And Matt 8-Star talking to Ian King as well. With all due respect to you, this is my problem to handle. I saved HWA from the very demise that Bison is trying to inflict now. So please, I'm asking you to let me handle it. That's Matt 8-Star speaking to Ian King.
Good job, boys.
Little back and forth going on here in the chat comments, so make sure those of you listening take a look at what's going on there. As we all know, this is an interactive live stream show, so we try to keep you fans involved in this as much as we can. And now, folks, tonight's main event, a man that you are very familiar with, Sander Cool, Will King is going to be making his way out here to take on Marcus West. And here he is, Will King, flanked with members of the Generation, and the big man walking right to the ring ahead of everyone. Omega, Damian Omega, a man that you're going to have to deal with yourself very soon.
I mean, just like I said a couple of weeks ago, Will King will never be the righteous champion. That title belongs with the crew, just like the tag and my title, the Extreme title. That world title will come to the crew.
I don't think Will King cares very much about being a righteous champion. I think keyword there is just champion. He has the money to spend to get what he wants. He's got the skill. He's got the strength. He's got the swag. He's kind of good at all, and I don't think he really cares what anyone else thinks about him, to be honest. He's just sort of takes what he wants.
I mean, sure, he doesn't care, but I mean, you know, Asriel, and I stay by this, and you know that I hate about this. You know that Asriel had him beat 1-2-3.
I don't know. That's why I called it, because it was clearly a mistake in that match by the referee. It was clearly a 2 count. That's why I had to vacate the title. Could it have been a 3 count? It very well may have been. But it was a 2 count, and the ref called it. He miscounted gravely, so I had no choice but to issue that rematch.
Well, I'm sure that when we get the chance...
And now Ian King just manhandling Marcus West here. Picks him up into a scoop powerbomb. The Generation loving it on the side of the apron here. Marcus West trying to fight back. He's a very skilled wrestler, but nowhere near on a level of Will King. I don't really know how Marcus West was actually granted this match, but nonetheless, he's still trying to fight back here against Will King.
Come on, Marcus.
Not too bad of a job here.
Come on. Put him down. Just like when we will put him down at the pay-per-view.
Looked like Marcus was tied up in that middle rope a little bit, but regardless, still came through with a running boot. Actually able to string some offense together here against the champion. Slings him. That's a heavy load to be lifting there with Will King as he uses some nice leverage technique to swing him over. I don't know what type of damage that's going to do, but Will King bounces off the rope, a knee into a neck breaker. Marcus in a bad way right now after that neck breaker. Now King just lifts him up into that power bomb, just deadlifts him up off the mat, slams him right back down. Quick pin, but it looks like Marcus, I don't know if it's just out of reactionary, but kicks out of that pin, and King right back on the assault, tossing him around now like a rag doll.
I mean,
For those of you that didn't catch it, Sander, right there, just so Will King and the Generation can make sure they see this, the manager of Michael Blaze calling Will King basically the B show champion, the other show.
I mean, it's not. This is not the B show. This is the A show. This is where we have the talent, not on the East.
I was wondering what you were gonna think about that one. I don't know if you had seen that comment or not. I know the history that the crew has with Havoc, and now Will King looking to slow things down now, bringing that power game in, spins him right up into another power bomb. How many power bombs can one man take before he just succumbs? And now here is 1, 2. This is it. No, a 2 count. Marcus West kicking out again. Lots of fight in this, man. You can have all the heart in the world, but you can only take so much of this punishment.
Come on, keep on going.
Back up in a nasty DDT here. Sander, it sounds like you may have a little bit of concussion there as you're a half step behind with the action that's going on in the ring here. So kind of be wary of that.
As well, so.
And
I mean, you asked me to keep track of the Twitter.
What's
so
this?
That's what I'm doing.
Aiden Bass having a little bit of smack to talk there on the sidelines. You caught a little of that audio saying for Will King to basically do to Marcus what he plans on doing to, I won't repeat word for word, of course, but what he will do to Galki.
I mean,
for those of you that missed that blurb, feel free to pause on the replay. Another series of power bombs from Will King into a pin. Marcus a quick kick out after that. Will King aggravated now. He's got him up and slams him back down onto his face.
I mean, the only thing Will King will do to Galki is nothing, because Galki
Marcus catching a breath here, and Will King shoulders him. King gesturing to someone in the stands. And look who it is! I didn't know he was here. The 3-dub world champion, Chris Harris, is here. Take a look at that. I was wondering who Will King was gesturing to in the stands. That answer is it. The cameraman doing a good job finding Chris Harris there. Nasty DDT. There it is the King with that DDT. There it is. Game over for Marcus West. Sander, again, you're on delay there. I know you're watching by on your phone so you can follow that Twitter feed, but your comments there about the match are a little bit behind. Will King picks up the win after a nasty DDT. Again, he's pointing now, gesturing to Chris Harris, who he saw in the stands.
I mean, it's good to see that the world champion pays us a visit. It's good to see.
Galki stepping out now with Azrael, and after Sander ran up the ramp to meet him, Galki up at the top of the ramp with Azrael and Sander. It sort of mocking congratulations to the champ, and that'll do it for tonight's show. As we can see, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Worldwide Wrestling and their upcoming Slam pay-per-view, a tribute to the troops. Make sure you all take a look at that, scheduled for the end of May. Check us, subscribe, and like at the end of watching this show. If you haven't realized yet, the All the Way Up pay-per-view, the winner of that will go on to face Chris Harris, the champion here, at the Slam pay-per-view for his title. So those pay-per-views sort of conjoining each other, if you will, if I use the right verbiage on that one. Thank you to Ian King. Thank you, Matt H-Star. Others who have participated throughout the chat. Thank you, Sander Cool. It was nice having you here beside me. Again, make sure you click a like and you subscribe if you haven't already. HWA, this is Stephen Benoit Jericho signing off. Did you have any last words before we call it a broadcast, Mr. Cool?
Well, Generation, you got lucky tonight, but come the pay-per-view, we will take your title and make you pay.
There you go, Sander Cool, very confident. A tough loss today. A shot in the face from a baseball bat like that will take out even the most worthy competitor. So I no real hard feelings on that L you took. But again, thank you for those that watched the show. Look forward to the next East broadcast, which will no doubt have Michael Blaze here as his manager. Was very active in our Twitter feed. Eric Willie, thank you for showing up. We look forward to seeing what Havoc has in store next. If you watched the last episode, some very interesting things going on between Noah Youngblood, Nova Reese, and the members of Havoc, including DTM, Michael Blaze, and Jay Stone was there on the side of the ring, so I can't wait to see how that story unfolds. On behalf, again, of Hybrid Wrestling Alliance, Stephen Benoit Jericho signing off.